Now, we see a lot of things going on. You see uprisings in Iraq, many people dead in Baghdad. It's just a sad state of affairs. You see people coming together and working together. You've got new oil fields in China. You've got 15,000 jobs literally gone in Mexico. Mexico being paid off by the United States to restrain migrants. Peru in total chaos. Brazil selling itself out, making itself known that it will profitize only for the rich. And in all this that is going on, the biggest news in the United States of America is, how is there a second whistleblower coming forward? The concept of the world as it occurs for the rest of the world is something that the media provides to us in a way that you have to dig for. You don't get news here. You get people who talk to you and talk at you, and all of our media stations are owned by the same companies, the conglomerates. So to get a free thought, to be able to think outside of the box, to get into your own tent, as per to say, you have to look deeper. You have to look at the real news going on around the world. And what the United States is doing to itself right now is exactly what needs to be done. I don't want to make it seem as if it's appropriate for democracy to tear itself to shreds. What I want the world to recognize is that the United States of America has created smoke and fire in everyone's country around the world. And they made it so that other countries had the belief that democracy and false representation was greater than that of any other government, greater than that of anything, and that their form of democracy was ridden to the hand of God, and that God gave them the right to declare that everyone else was lesser. And when we look at what's happening in the United States right now, I ask you of the world, any of you, I ask the Queen, I ask Vladimir Putin, I ask Modi, I ask the Sisi, Duterte, any of you, is this democracy of the United States of America what you have thought that democracy should be? Or is this the idea of capitalism no different than what the Romans had that caused the fall of Rome? When it was preached to them of Rome that you have taken too much from others and you have enslaved those, they chose to continue on, even though that they knew that they could turn their backs on it and they had themselves destroyed unto themselves. What do you do with a country so great as the United States of America when it is destroying itself with intent and blaming others for its own destruction? This is exactly where they wanted to be here. How can you pray harder for people who have everything? There are floods in Abu Dhabi. There are dead in India. Iraq just lost 100 people. There's been bombing raids by Israel. And the United States media is all about how the president's the most corrupt person in the world. Now it's all about you. It is time for you to decide. Are you going to turn on and watch the sports? Are you going to play chess? Or are you going to pray? Are you going to fall to your knees and recognize that this is the calling? This is what is in front of you. This is what is chosen. God told you this. He said one will rise from the sea of faces. The sea of faces is the people. After he who has a tongue like a sword that cuts this way and that, he created the abomination. And now you are in those times. Resist with all your might. For it is not you that God is upset with. It is of those that use God for their personal gain against the followers of God who love God. No matter how you come to God, God loves you. Do not be fooled by what is going on. You are still important out there. We still love you. God bless the world.